want to spend a lot of time diving into the weeds on every aspect of today's release of the SEC filed report for Disney's quarterly earnings. I have not had a chance to listen to the investor call. I've been busy this afternoon. I will try to get to that. Obviously, in the last 24 hours, Disney wish had not happened leading up to this investor report. But let's look at some key things, and then I want to talk about this whole Gina Carano situation as far as where it stands now. Just a few thoughts that I want to offer to people just for their consideration on some things. Let's look at this. So what we've got here is some of the details. There's a lot of information here. I am not going to bore everybody with financial data. This is straight off of Bloomberg, coming straight from Disney. So this is from the horse's mouth, as it were. Disney obviously had a better quarter than was expected. They surpassed expectations by a fair bit. And the short version is that is largely due to the success of the streaming services. Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN Plus, okay? And I just want to kind of hit the high points. And you can see here the revenue changes from the quarter ending last year, $20.8 million down to $16.249. Free cash flows, $292 million in that quarter, negative $685 million in the quarter that just ended. That's not good for any company. But obviously, what we've been dealing with this last year with lockdowns and the parks being closed, that has greatly affected it. It would have been much worse had it not been for Disney Plus. In this report, Disney Plus subscriber growth, they're up to 95 million subscribers on Disney Plus, which is astonishing. Their forward-looking guidance is they're talking about potentially over 300 million global subscribers, 350 million global subscribers by 2024. That is way past their initial estimates. Initially, Disney, when Disney Plus was launched in 2019, was talking about having 150 million total subscribers by 2024. Obviously, they have now increased that expectation tremendously. So right here, what I want to look at here, and they have sources of revenue, Disney Media and Entertainment Distributions. So this is what we're looking at here is basically all the television channels, the cable networks. This is the ESPNs, the ABCs, all the different Disney channels that they have on cable, and then of course right here, direct to consumer. That is your streaming services, pretty much. Linear networks are ESPNs, ABCs, all that kind of stuff, broadcast networks, cable networks. So you can see for the quarter ended $3.5 billion. That is what is saving their butts right now. And they talk about, again, in here you can go through some of their subscriber growth right here. December 28th, 2019, the same quarter at the end of 2019, 26.5 million subscribers, 26.5 million subscribers to Disney Plus just a month or so after their launch, which was phenomenal. And then as of right now, 94.9 million subscribers to Disney Plus effective January 2nd. So all of this is built up around the biggest property that Disney Plus has is The Mandalorian. That is the biggest draw that they have, biggest singular draw that they have. Obviously, people are watching Disney Plus for other things. And you can throw Marvel in there, but this report does not include. WandaVision was not out by the end of the fourth quarter. Okay? So none of this subscribership would reflect people on there that have plugged in to watch WandaVision, at least not initiating a new subscription to watch WandaVision. But this would include all the subscriptions they had up through the end of Season 2 of Mando, and including that big return of Luke Skywalker. This is their golden goose right now. This is what is saving their butts. And this is a golden goose that I can promise you right now, with the uncertainty moving forward, Disney does not want to screw with. And I still go back, as I said in a video last night, when the Gina stuff started, something still, to me, does not feel right about this whole news break thing. As of right now, again, Gina Carano is not employed by Lucasfilm. Well, they're not shooting any more Mando right now. I don't know if she was contracted for more than 2 seasons. And then they go on to claim that she will not be working with us in the future, or we have no plans to have her working with us in the future. Don't know if she even had a contract for a 3rd season yet. Maybe she wasn't going to be in the 3rd season of Mando. Maybe she was going to be on her own show. I don't know. There's a lot of things we don't know. And this goes back to what I was saying last night. I still find it a little funny that we have news reports that are all basically citing the exact same anonymous spokesperson from Lucasfilm. There has still not been, to my knowledge, that I have been able to find, a press release, an official statement from Lucasfilm on this with any names attached, contacts. Usually when they make big press releases like this, there's all kind of official contacts and names and stuff on there. We still don't have that. And it seems a little odd that something this big would have the rug pulled out from under it this anonymously. This just still seems sketchy. Now, does that mean that Lucasfilm would love to, have this be correct, and it may be correct that Gina Carano will not ever be in another Star Wars show again? Yeah, it could be. Could well be. And as of right now, we have to assume that is the case. But something that kept bugging me, like I said, was the fact that all of this seemed a little funny with the way it was released. Now, hear me out. Not even a month ago, we had the giant kerfuffle that involved Pablo Hidalgo of the Lucasfilm Story Group making fun of Star Wars Theory's reaction to the return of Luke. And I'm going to tell you right now, I had the same reaction Theory did. I was watching that night at 4 o'clock in the morning, and when I saw Red 5, I damn near came out of my chair. I screamed, "Oh my God, that's got to be Red 5. We were all there. It was very emotional for me too, especially after seeing the terrible treatment that Lucasfilm, that Kathy Kennedy had put Mark Hamill through, along with Rian Johnson. It was atrocious. And I think that was one of the reasons why that moment was so powerful for us. But it wasn't but a few days after Hidalgo made these comments, maybe a week later, that he was forced to make a public apology. And I don't think for 1 second that it was Kathy Kennedy that walked in his office and made that happen. I don't think they cared. I think they were fine with his statement, just as we've seen other people who have worked for Lucasfilm, other actors, as we discussed in previous videos, have made some horrendous statements, and Lucasfilm just doesn't seem to give a damn. I think the edict came down from over Kathy's head. I think that came down from the brass up at Disney. And it was said, you're going to do this. Because, look, Star Wars Theory, with almost 3 million subscribers, he has almost as many subscribers as the official Star Wars channel. He is well-loved, well-respected, and he drives a lot of money and business to Disney for Star Wars. He really does. But when you compare him to Gina, no offense to you, Theory, I love your channel, and I love your show, and I love you, man. Gina Carano pulls in a lot more money for Disney than Theory does. Just saying. So, this is why I think I'm not personally ready to close the book on this saga yet. Just as we saw with Pablo Hidalgo, there was a mea culpa done because of the bad press it was giving, and Disney is very reliant on the success of Disney Plus right now. And they're going to continue to be. And if they did that over a YouTube channel, I have to think that there's probably a lot of discussion going on because, again, this press release reeks of something that came out of Lucasfilm that wasn't run up the flagpole first. I just get that impression. And I had that impression last night, and it's why I said what I said in the video that I did last night, and it's why I'm saying what I'm saying now. Keep your eye on this. I want to still have faith that justice will prevail at the end of this. So let's keep our eyes on it. Let's still keep a little hope. I know right now it seems bad. And again, Gina may never be back in another Star Wars show. Gina may never be back on Lucasfilm products again. And I would hate for that to be the case. But let's give this time for the dust to settle. Let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks. I know, again, there's been no statement, nothing from Gina as of yet. But if I'm her, and I know her talent agency dropped her, and there have been some people that said that's probably a good thing because UTA is terrible. Again, this is from what other Hollywood insider people have said. I'm sure Gina still has legal counsel, and were I her legal counsel, and if this were in flux, which I suspect it is, I think this is a fluid situation right now, I would probably advise her to just keep her mouth shut for the time being, stay off of social media, don't engage in anything, and let things work behind the scenes. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. You know, Gina Carano may pull an Ahsoka Tano. Disney may invite her back and say, hey, look, we made a mistake. It shouldn't have been handled this way. We're still bringing back. And Gina might say, you know what? I appreciate it, but I feel like I got shafted on this, and I don't know if I can bring myself back. Kind of like Ahsoka left the Jedi Order. That'd be something. And I wouldn't necessarily blame her for doing that. But let's all chill out for a bit, and let's give this some time before we really settle in on the fact that this is the case. But I think the cancel Disney Plus thing, and I've canceled my subscription. The problem is, and I should bring this up, the problem is, and they state in this financial report, that the way that they financially count cancellations for Disney Plus, they don't count it financially until your subscription actually expires. So if you're like me who pays for a subscription annually, and my subscription just renewed in November, while they know and they have on record, at least administratively, that I have canceled my Disney Plus subscription, financially, I'm still on Disney's books until November of 2021 this year. So that's how that works. But keep it up. Remember, vote with your wallet. Vote with your wallet. We don't want to cancel people and have people fired because we disagree with them politically or culturally or whatever. I don't like that. I don't think we should be doing that. I just, it's just not, it's not right. It's not how things should work. It's not how the free market should work. How the free market works is that we vote with our wallets. We like a product, we buy it. We don't like a product or what a company is doing, we don't buy the product. So I think the cancel Disney Plus thing is working. I think Disney's probably noticing one of the largest, if not maybe the largest spike in single-day cancellations they've probably ever seen on Disney Plus. And they're going to feel it. And something I think is, I would at least like to see a more formal statement get made. Something that has a name on it, something that seems more official than what appears to be like a back alley leak from Lucasfilm that didn't get run up the flagpole. Maybe it did. I could be wrong, but I'm still a little suspect of this, and I think we should all take this with a little degree of suspicion, at least still at this point, until we know something more. Take care.